Hey, everybody. Welcome to the SyFy Sistas show. I'm Tamia, and I'm joined by my other sisters, Sabrina Wood.
Whoop, whoop.
Fran T.
What's happening?
And Yvette Blackman-Tom.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, my sisters. We are proud members of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network, and we are so excited to be bringing you this show today, which I have some feelings about. We're bringing you a show to talk to you about something that I was not involved in. Let that sink in.
I got a little violin just for you.
You were there in spirit. And we're going, yeah.
Today, friends, we are talking about the Star Trek cruise. This is, what's it called, Sabrina?
Cruise Convo.
Cruise Convo. Yay. So we're going to give you all the lowdown that happened on the 2022 Star Trek cruise. And Sabrina and Yvette and Fran were all in attendance, and they had a lot of fun, and they met a lot of people, and I heard about it. So next year I'll be there. I'm claiming it right now. Next year I'll be there. But I'm going to hand it over to Sister Sabrina to lead us in the discussion on the cruise.
All right. Yes. Star Trek V, The Cruise. We were there. And this all started because, Fran, you got a birthday present? Is that how this all started?
Well, my sister, who for over the last few years had begged me to go on cruises. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go on a cruise. No. And then she called me up and said, would you go on a Star Trek cruise? And I'm like, hell yeah, So she said, and I didn't know she was asking me if I wanted to go. And that's actually what she was asking me, if I wanted to go. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go. So she said, okay, we're going. So she sported the whole thing. And I'm going. I went on a cruise because of my sister.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hi, Fran, sister. Yeah, so that was really nice. And now I was kind of like a stowaway in Yvette's room. So Yvette, how did I get on board?
So not last year, but 2019. So I've always wanted to go on a cruise since it started, but unfortunately, the cruise in the beginning was in January, and unfortunately, January is the same time I have a child that plays basketball, so that's AAU. Big Christmas tournaments, all of that stuff, so I could never go. Then it changed to March, and I had a kid that just got into college. So I was like, well, I don't know if I can afford that one. And then Darlena went, our friend Darlena Blander, she went, and I wasn't able to go, but before she left in 2019, she got us a room and she was texting me like, we're going to do this cruise and you're going to be my roommate next year. And I was like, great. So we were all set. Then 2020 came, and there was a lot of postponements, 2 years of postponements. And then when it was finally getting time for the cruise, they actually sent out an email saying, listen, we're going to do this cruise. And this was right before Omicron. We're going to do this cruise, but if you don't want to come, this is your time to get out now, because there were no penalties, nothing. So Darlena at that time, I guess, felt like, I don't think I could do this. She wasn't feeling comfortable about it. And I was like, you know what? I don't know either. But she actually pulled the plug, and I did not. I stayed. And then I don't remember what happened with, I talked you into
all
it?
of a sudden, yeah. What
had happened?
What had happened was, suddenly Sabrina is AKA Darlena Blander.
Right. Exactly. But it turned out pretty well. We had a great time.
Oh yes.
I couldn't stand to think that the cabin was going unused and none of us were going to get on board, and so I called out sick from the tax department and got on the ship too. So Fran, Yvette, and Sabrina fly down to sunny Florida, crazy old Orlando. Why they send that ship out of Orlando, I don't know. Please go back to Miami. No, how about LA? Yes, thank you.
Yes.
But Orlando was such a pain. But
It was.
wow. All right, but we're not even going to talk about what happened on land, because when we got on the ship and we were on the Royal Caribbean, what was it?
Mariner
of the Sea.
Mariner.
Mariner of the Seas.
Yep.
Yes.
A beautiful ship, a great crew. I mean,
Yes.
this was the easiest embarkation I've been on a few cruises. I used to be a travel agent, and I've been on a few cruises. This was the easiest I ever got on a ship in my life.
Yes, I've never got on a ship that easy ever, and I've been on a lot of cruises. And Sabrina and I just walked on.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we they had prepared us so well before we even got there.
Yes.
And everything was prepared. Everything was easy. There were no hang-ups. It was like, oh, we're ready for you. Come. And me and Sabrina are ready for our little, we're going to stand on our line. There was no line.
No.
Yes, right. I was all set.
In the beginning, we did a
lines.
little line. I think we were the first ones in and got the little line around the,
just for the vaccination. That was it.
Yeah, because we had to show that, documentation.
Well,
and we had everything we needed because they had vetted us.
I didn't. I had the passport that was expired.
Yeah, but once you got on, you were good. Yeah.
Luckily, Fran read the instructions and said, "You don't need a passport." I was like, "What?"
Not for cruises, you don't.
Not for cruises.
So then I had to figure out how I could change. I had to have proof of my name change and couldn't find my marriage certificate, or it was just a mess. But anyway, with a birth certificate, proof of my college of what my name was when I was in college, and my vaccination card, we did an easy embarkation on this ship.
Yeah.
I was a little scared.
I think that was the tone. That set the tone for the whole cruise. Was the fact that we were able to just walk onto the ship. We showed what we had. They're like, "You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Have fun. Have a good time." We went
the
through
bags
so quick. Right. We went through so quick that when we're walking down the lake, goes, "Oh, come, I'll check you in." I'm like, "Sis, we already checked in. We're good." And she was like, "Okay."
Right. They kept trying to check us in. We got checked in.
Yeah.
And so we got on board, and the ship is beautiful, you guys. It is just, and everything was tricked out to look like Star Trek. We were on the promenade.
Oh my God!
It was great. It was great. And so
the elevators were labeled turbo lifts. I love that. That was so cool.
That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
And if you go on a cruise, remember, I always forget, there's always a door decoration contest. And one of my favorite things was everybody's cabin doors that were decorated, because that was the only way I could tell where the hell I was on the ship.
Yep. Where? Oh, this is where I go here.
Oh,
this is where I go home.
There's that Shatner picture. Take a left.
Shatner picture. Time to go home.
That's awesome. So people would bring stuff to decorate their doors with.
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool.
And some of them are so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they have a contest and everything.
The only thing we had up on our door was.
Oh, I knew your door. I found your door without even telling me the room.
What, my door?
Yes.
Gaze in space. Yeah, that was the only thing I had that was from Star Trek. I mean, Star Trek. And I told Joyce, I said, I'm taking my magnet, Gaze in space. And then we had the three sisters up there.
That's what I saw.
The three women, the three
black women, and Gaze in space. And something else. I said, oh, this gotta be her room.
We had our cards at
we business all the time.
A route. What's the route that Neelix always had? That Orion had gave us a magnet.
Yeah, we had
Yola route, right?
Right. We had Neelix magnets on our door.
Yes, Neelix magnets plus the SyFy Sistas business card.
And then you get into the rooms. And my favorite things in the room, I'm telling you, some of us had windows, we had a window set up before, right? We had ocean view, right?
Yeah.
But the TV is my favorite thing in the room. I know that's crazy to say on a cruise, but
it was.
every channel had Star Trek on it.
Yeah.
Okay, see, now you're talking my language. I don't need to see anything else. Like, what is the weather? I'm done.
Well,
That's
they
like
had
all
that
of a
channel.
minute.
They had that channel, yeah.
Yes.
Right. That's all I need. That's all I need in my life.
You had a news channel, a ship channel, then you had a channel for
Yes,
TOS, TNG, Voyager,
Right.
Picard,
Discovery, Enterprise,
Lower Deck.
Yeah, everything had a show. I think Picard and Lower Decks were on the same channel, but they all had their own channels.
It was deadly. It was deadly. Yeah. It didn't matter what time we came in, and Yvette and I closed that ship almost every night. But we would get in.
There is still something on this schedule.
Really like this.
Are you done tonight? There is still something on the schedule.
Yvette, what's the last thing on the schedule? Because I know where we're going to be.
Right. Oh yeah.
It was really. I didn't have any kind of negative. I mean, not one negative incident. Well, yeah, I did, but for the most part, it was really, really. Everybody was just so nice. Mm-hmm. Everybody was so nice, and have a good time, and and it was just we were fans. We were Trekkies.
And
I did appreciate that everybody had to be vaccinated.
Yes,
because that with just getting on the ship easily was because I don't know if I would have had a great time if we had to worry about people with masks on because everybody didn't have to be vaccinated. The fact that everybody on that ship had to be vaccinated, and then I appreciated the crew wearing their masks.
The crew wore masks.
Yeah, I totally appreciated that, because they're working. So we don't know. That might have been their day off before they got on the cruise. So you don't know what they were up to, or they probably, you don't know. You could get COVID pretty easy nowadays, without knowing, and you can still be vaccinated. So I did appreciate that extra caution.
Let's not forget the test, the 48-hour test that you had to have too.
The 48-hour test.
You had to have a proof of a negative COVID test.
Yeah, I appreciated all of that. I mean, I think they did it right.
I do.
They had
absolutely right.
The hand washing stations.
Oh my God!
Hey, come on!
Hand washing. I got over that washy real fast though.
That was all right. I was okay with that. I loved that there was a hand washing station before you went in to eat. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. They were gorgeous. Just a long trough. It was beautiful. I mean, you just kind of whatever this is, I want to be at it.
Yeah, I think from my point of view, I think the cruise is a lot more personal than the cons. Mm-hmm. That's just me. That's my opinion. I'm not saying, also. I just think they're more personal.
Yeah.
A place where you can get out there and dance in the conga line, Fran? Is that what you're trying to say? At the pool? Was that, because that's where I saw you. I was like, well, where's Fran? Oh, there's Fran. Fran's over there.
I was in the conga line. That's right.
And it was
I
great.
I was in the conga line and the yogurt line. And the
ice cream machine. That was all
that was the first place we went.
Yes.
Yeah, on the deck, the
pool deck.
What do you call it?
Pool deck.
What was the name of the thing? The send off party or something?
The launch party.
Launch party. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All I have to do is tell you, there's ice cream all day at the pool.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. For a mimosa for breakfast, and then we went and got ice cream. Well, I'm in heaven. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But I hear though, also for those of us who don't drink, that there are, like, for those of us who are in recovery or in doing a 12-step, that there are meetings on board.
Yep.
Every day at 3 o'clock.
That is awesome.
Meeting of Friends of Bill W.
That's great. That's
important. I didn't go, but they were there.
Mm-hmm.
There were lots of non-alcoholic drinks that were delicious.
Yeah.
Yes, because I bought the beverage package, and I got mocktails and all that. They were really nice.
Because I ordered a mocktail after you got one, because I was like, well, mine's not pretty. So I got one. What was she's having with the umbrella and everything? Come on, dude.
Yeah. So I like that. What I did was I specifically went and got what I wanted because I didn't want the bartender to get mixed up. So I specifically went to the bar myself and ordered my mocktails, or went to wherever I had to go because I wanted to make sure, because I'm a recovering person, and I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't get any alcohol.
That's right, because accidents have happened before.
Oh,
People have accidentally given the wrong drink, and you don't know it, and then next thing you know, you're like drinking something that you don't need to be drinking.
I'm like, oh God, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. You know?
And don't you have a big anniversary coming up, Ram? You don't want to mess that up, right?
Oh, well, I don't want to mess that up.
No.
And I'm determined not to. So it was, but the people,
You'll be celebrating how many?
I'll be celebrating 33 years in recovery.
That's what's up.
Yay!
Yay! 33 years. April 1st, 1989 is when I stopped.
That is amazing. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank
you. But I'll be really out there. I'm going to be really glad that my buddy Tamia will be.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, I will be so glad. And maybe she'll take me to a Friends of Bill W thing. She'll get me say, "Come on, girl, let's go."
I probably will, because I'll be there.
But they definitely are on the ship every day. So
every day.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But what else? I mean, how many costumes did everybody bring? I had 3, but wore 1.
I had 3 and wore none.
I had 5 and wore 3.
Yeah, because you did.
Oh, well, Fran, please tell everybody about the Roaring 20s night, because you should have won the prize that night.
Oh, okay. Well, I had my green pinstripe suit on with my tie and my green fedora with gold shoes.
Yeah,
I was fierce, y'all.
You sound like it.
And I got all these compliments from people like, "Oh, that is so, look at you. Oh, I love that." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. I took a picture in the frame thing. I don't know whatever happened to it, because they was putting the frame around. They're like, "Oh, we need to take your picture." I took a picture. I don't know what happened.
Bella Oxmith has got nothing on you.
Who?
I said Bella Oxmith has got nothing on you.
Nothing. Nothing. And I didn't quite know how to tie a tie. I did the best I could, and it was hanging down like,
Really?
Yeah. What? No, I don't know how to. Well, no, I did. Yeah. Okay, you get anything on the internet. So I looked to see how to tie the tie. So I tied the tie, and the thing was the tie was hanging all down, but it was like I was relaxing or something.
Exactly, because I saw pictures, and you guys, Fran, you did look amazing.
Oh, well, thank you.
Fran looked like she was going to come over there with a couple of boys and put a hit on you.
That's right.
No, right? Exactly. Right. Her and Mark Richmond looked like they got dressed together, man.
Oh my gosh.
Mark looked great.
Yes.
You all looked great.
Jane Doe did nothing wrong.
Pearls always work.
Yeah, you looked great too, Sabrina. Like, I loved all of you guys looked great. The pearls were fantastic. The pearls were awesome. Right on.
They were.
So, and then we had a lot of panels that I really enjoyed the panels, although the Enterprise people, y'all need to get your stuff together. But we're going to skip over that. And I tell you, my favorite part of that entire cruise was when we went to the Discovery panel and the stage was set up for the next event, which was going to be that night, the Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Square, yeah.
So we didn't see the seating arrangement. And we were a little concerned, like, well, what's going on? So we're all there in the big theater at the end of the ship. And so the room is full. We're waiting for Discovery cast to come on the stage. And then they started playing the theme music. And they came up out of the floor. Oh, my God.
Wow.
But see, I knew that because I had been sitting in there when it was like 3 or 2 people in there, because, and the chairs were on the stage. And then they put them, the chairs were lined up. and then they went down in the thing. So I knew that they were going to come up because I had been there for so long sitting there because I wanted to get a good seat. But it was so surprising when they came, to most people when they came up. I'm like, there they are.
I was not there. They are. I was screaming.
Yeah,
That's so dope. And the music, and Ken Mitchell was there. It was great. Saniqua looked beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who else was there? Emily,
Coots,
Wilson. Jay Brooke was there. I mean, it was just so
Anthony
much fun.
Rapp.
Anthony Rapp.
Yeah.
Let out a scream when I first saw him, and he heard me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, was that another Chekhov moment?
Who did you
not Chekhov? Chakotay moment. Remember?
Yeah, Chakotay
in Vegas.
Yes.
Who was the first person you met on the cruise? Who was the first celebrity you met on the cruise?
Oh my God!
First one I saw was Casey Biggs.
Right. That's so. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we saw him together.
Yeah, we said Casey.
Casey.
He turned around. He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh no, I was just
hi. He was like, see you guys later.
We were just screaming out names. I was so excited. I was just fangirling.
I screamed out his name like he was some bad kid. Casey.
He snapped around. We were like, oh my God.
Yeah, he was like, what? What did I do?
The cruise is much more intimate than a convention.
It is. My sister was in the elevator. My sister and my niece was in the elevator with John Delancey.
Nice.
And my niece is really, really shy. And she doesn't talk to strangers too tough. And he was just talking to her and she was like, yeah, because she doesn't, okay, I'll leave that out. But she was in the elevator with John Delancey, of all people. I would have been all over him like white hombres, honey. I would have been all over that man.
He's looking fine this season in Picard.
Yeah.
Now, did your sister even care who he was? She's not.
My sister was like, yeah, who? And yeah, okay, well, so we were going somewhere. Speaking of in the elevator, she left. We were my niece and I, who are the Trekkies, we were going to another thing, and we were all in the elevator talking. And my sister was like, well, I'm tired of Trek now. I'm tired. I don't want to see them. So she goes back to doing so. When she gets off the elevator, I say to them, she's not a Trekkie. They say, oh. And so my niece and I was like, we're the Trekkies and everything. But she went back to the room and we went to the panel, some panel we went to. I can't remember which panel because I went to so many. But I'm telling y'all, my best panel that I went to was the Enterprise panel. That what's name lost all control. Chase Masterson lost all control on that panel.
She never had control.
She never got it. She didn't.
That was not Chase's fault. Chase was trying to do the best she could with a crazy ass John Billingsley who just there was no hope. So,
he was funny.
He set them all up for failure.
He did
from the beginning.
That was just a mess. That was a mess.
She didn't have a chance.
And Chase has got to be one of the nicest.
He's
people.
crazy.
Yeah, we love you, John, but you need to control yourself.
Yeah,
I loved him. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, really?
I thought. Yeah, I thought because he said, first thing he said was, you asked him one of the most embarrassing questions. I'll buy you a drink.
Of my Trip, who I'm now reconciled with, in my mind.
Oh, Trip. Oh, yeah. He is such a handsome. He's still a handsome guy.
Oh my God.
He got better with age.
Yes, he was very nice. I really enjoyed Connor Trenier on this cruise. He was, with the fans. He was fun. He was having a good time himself, I think. And I really think a lot of that had to do with he had Anthony Montgomery there.
Oh my God, the yin and the yang.
Yeah, they are hilarious together.
Yeah, I thought about. I was wondering about that. I was a little jealous of of them, of you guys for that one because I would have liked to have seen both the two of them.
Listen, their karaoke. Who didn't sing at their karaoke?
Oh my gosh!
Yes. everybody came up.
Tim Russ.
Yes, Tim came out and
Tim
sang.
came out and sang.
Tim was singing with his band in like the main big venues.
Yeah.
But then he
got a
came
good- yeah.
and sang at the karaoke, which was
At the
not what he
karaoke.
was supposed to be doing. But so that was great to see him. And he sang with Anthony, and I mean they were just having a blast.
They
up there.
had a ball.
That's so cool.
Anthony
They had
rapped. Did he did one too, right?
They were all
Did he
trying to
sing?
sing.
Yeah. Well, I know
Yeah.
Wilson couldn't because he had no voice.
Oh,
He
he
lost his
fried
voice.
his voice.
He fried his
He
Oh,
voice.
lost his voice.
Anthony
How
sang
about-
at
how-
the talent show.
Right. That's right. Yeah, because I think we all didn't have voices by that time. That was the last night.
How about the zombies, y'all?
Oh
How about
God,
the zombies?
Ernesto, you're the red shirt zombies made an appearance. Wow.
The red shirt zombies
That was
Doing-
funny.
the karaoke.
But Anthony didn't know what was going on. He just saw this.
He
He
didn't.
just saw these people lurching towards him, and he's just looking on his pad of like, "What is happening?" It was so funny. He did not know. We're laughing, and Anthony's probably like, "Do I need to call security? What is going on here?"
And then when they came back, the guy wanted to touch him. He said, "You better go head on before you become a real zombie. I ain't playing." Guy went on, moved on. You know.
So,
But it
So
was
what
really
else?
nice.
What else happened on the cruise? Tell us more.
Well,
what were
I'm
the
gonna-
ports of call?
I'm gonna let.
Who knows?
Oh, yeah, wait. Where we got Nassau?
Yeah,
St. Thomas.
the Virgin Islands, U.S.
St. Thomas.
Virgin Islands.
St. Martin,
Yeah, thank you. And
Mhm.
St. Martin.
and then one was canceled because of
San
their
Juan.
COVID.
Well, actually, they traded it off for another one because it was
Okay.
only 3 stops for
Oh.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico was Nassau.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I didn't
we
bother
had-
getting off. I was trying
I
to
got
get
off
true. You
one
got-
time.
You got off at St. Thomas.
I got off. Yeah, that's why I got off. That was it.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
get off at the other two.
Oh yeah,
Uh-oh. That
Oh.
sounds like there's a story there.
yeah.
That's not for the podcast.
Okay.
Mark Richmond. Mark
sounds like
Richmond.
sounds like SyFy Sistas After Dark.
It's all Mark
Nah.
Richmond's fault.
Yeah, always. Always.
Love you, Mark.
Janeway did nothing wrong.
I
Okay.
don't.
All right. So don't we have some clips to play for people?
Thank you, Tamia. Yes, we do. So we have some clips from our friends that we met on the cruise because there's no better place to meet people than on a Star Trek cruise. And so here we are talking to some of our favorite people on the cruise. First one up, TJ Jackson Bay.
Okay, here we are on the Star Trek cruise number 5, and I am here interviewing some of our favorite people that we've met on this cruise. And first of all, would you state your name and tell us where you're from?
I'm TJ Jackson Bay. I'm from Missouri via Memphis, Tennessee.
All right, and is this your first Star Trek cruise?
It's not. I've actually been on all 5 of the Star Trek cruises.
What?
Yes.
So does that get you anything special?
Well, they continue to give us a different perks every year for I guess, being loyal Star Trek cruisers. I'm looking forward to seeing the ceremony that they have in store for us today.
Oh, okay. What's it called, the ceremony?
The Cruise Collective.
All right now.
So we're being assimilated.
Okay, so what has been your favorite thing about the cruises? Why do you come back every year?
Well, the first year that I came, as a solo cruiser. I didn't have, anyone that I had planned to come with. But ever since then, I've just accumulated friends that have become family. And I just enjoy being in the atmosphere, of people that love Star Trek, but also, people that have become family to me.
Okay, so what was your favorite panel or thing on this cruise number 5?
On this cruise number 5, I really enjoyed the DS9 panel. I'm a big fan and friend of Sirach Lofton, so I'm grateful that he was able to come. He's enjoying the experience as well, from what I understand, And, I really enjoyed listening to them talk about their experience on the show because Deep Space Nine is my favorite series. And so I'm very much looking forward to the next cruise, which will be DS9 themed.
Oh, I am too. But now, I think there's a little bit more that you have to do with Ciroc Lofton. Is that correct?
That's correct. We work on a podcast together that he started with Aaron Eisenberg, hosted by Ryan T. Husk. And so, I'm glad to be a part of that experience as well. And we actually had a chance to do the podcast on the cruise. And so that was a great experience as well.
So you were on the stage?
Yes.
All right now. Okay, so we're kicking off this interview with someone who is on the stage, who actually is behind the scene and knows all about cruising. So tell me one thing. I'm going to ask everybody this. Cruising or convention on land? Which is your favorite?
Okay, now that I've actually done both, I went to Vegas this August. That was actually my first land convention. And right now, I'm siding with the cruises. Cruises all the way.
Okay, did you hear that, Royal Caribbean? Cruises all the way. Thanks so much for joining us. I thoroughly enjoyed your panel the other day, and I hope to see you around the ship. I'm looking forward to the collective.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Okay, thank you, TJ. That was really great. It was so much fun hanging out with you on the cruise, and I really missed not seeing you at breakfast.
Now, that is a reason why I'm jealous, because you guys actually got to hang out with TJ Jackson Bay, our friend, in the flesh, in person, and I've only ever met him on a screen. So, yeah.
He's a cool guy.
So hopefully you'll be there again next year, TJ.
He's a cool guy.
It's great. It's like every day we got a new person into our group. And then, every morning, so by time the last 3 days, we decided we're going to have 9 a.m. breakfast. I don't even know why we did this.
I don't know why.
Most people that came did not want to get up that early, but because we were doing it, they actually got up and actually came, so it became a thing,
In the dining room, let me clarify.
In the dining room,
in the buffet. We were done
Not
with
the
buffet after the dining room.
Yes. So that means you could not be in like your swimsuit.
Yes.
Unless you had a wrap, of course. But it was everybody got up, brushed their teeth, and had to come into the dining room and be waited on. And we talked about, we had just seen each other maybe mere hours ago, and we decided that this was going to be a good thing, and it actually was great. I mean, we looked forward to it. It was just a great thing to and get to know people before the con, then go do your thing, because we always didn't want to do everything together. We had different interests, and then we're going to meet up later on tonight. Anyway, so
that's something.
It was really nice. It was really nice.
I want to say hi to Josh. I want to say hi to not these are Harvey. Who else was in our crew? Who was hanging with us?
Harvey,
Sarah, Sue.
Read the room.
It's Harvey's Darth's dad. Who's Darth's dad?
No, that was Frank.
That's Frank.
Frank is Darth.
Okay.
And it was Darth. It was crazy. It was all crazy. So we have another clip from another friend that we met.
Okay, so we're back again for another installment of Star Trek The Cruise 5. And would you tell me your names and where you're from?
Yes, I'm Leslie Hamilton, and I'm from Philadelphia.
Cleo Townsend, also from Philadelphia.
Okay, and now is this your first Star Trek cruise?
Yes. It is.
Ooh, okay, all right. And so now what made you book a Star Trek cruise?
Yes, well, you found it.
Yeah,
you found
I just happened to be following Issa Briones on Instagram, and she and Evan got on and said, "Hey, we're going to be on the cruise." I thought, "Cruise? Oh yeah, I forgot about that." Saw it and then mentioned it to Leslie, and after that, it was on.
Okay, so now which one is that? You're following them on Instagram. So anybody else that you follow?
Yeah. Let's see, who else do I follow? Terry, Wilson.
Okay.
Who else?
So what's your Star Trek cruise? I mean, what's your Star Trek cruise? What's your Star Trek franchise? What's your favorite franchise?
Oh boy, that's a hard one.
That's always a hard one.
I mean, so my father I remember watching Star Trek on, those old TVs that are in the console, like you have to open up the cabinet. So we watched Star Trek, the original series, on that cabinet TV.
Okay.
That's where it started, but the love really kicked in probably at the Next Generation.
Okay.
And then it just kind of went from there, but my current obsession is Discovery.
Girl, I know. What did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the show.
That's the show right there.
Sonequa, if you're listening, and you know you are, that's it. That's you, girl. We love you. Okay, I just asked that question only because you said you were following, the Picard kids.
Well, so in reference to the question, I started off with, I saw the original series, but Next Gen hooked me in. Mm-hmm. But having said that, Disco. Oh, I follow Sonequa, obviously, and Wilson, as I mentioned. So yeah, Disco is it. I love Picard. It has a whole cinematic feel to it, a whole different vibe. But I'm riding the wave along. But Disco really talks to me.
Okay, so you said this was the first cruise?
First cruise, yes.
And what did you like the best about the cruise? Which panel or event or activity?
Mm-hmm. For me, there are many panels and events that I really enjoyed, but it was the overall opportunity to be in a community of other Star Trek lovers who get it. There's a whole conversation you don't even have to have around it, and you just get right to the heart of it. And the diversity aspect that we were talking about, and also for me, in addition to all of sort of the deeper reasons, as an adult, you never get a chance to play. It's so serious all the time, right? And so now you have an opportunity to come and live into this thing for all of these deep, heartfelt reasons, and you get to dress up. I mean, how much better does it get? Right?
You guys are having a good time.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. We enjoyed that.
This is full-on play for adults here. Everyone had their costumes on.
No.
I was Mirror Universe, boy. I was just, hey.
You were doing your thing?
I was doing Disco Mirror. That was some hot stuff.
I was an emancipated board. I mean.
Just going back to what you were saying. Yeah. For me, one of the things that it was huge. This was sort of a coming out for me, in that I haven't done dress up, anything like this, in over 40 years. And so this, for me, was just taking the opportunity to go ahead and jump in. I got the whole, Spock ears put on.
Oh, listen, you were rocking Spock.
Wasn't he though?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we had some people who looked at him and said, "Are those surgically enhanced?" Like you've gone all in. You've committed.
We had some crazy ass questions on this cruise.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah.
Poor Anthony Montgomery. They asked him about the cat one more time. I thought the brother was going to go off. But
oh my gosh.
People, white people, please get the players right on this thing.
Oh.
So, were you surprised at the number of black people that were on the cruise, people of color and all that? Were you hesitant to come on the cruise?
Yeah.
Well, with what I do for work, I'm usually one of the few black people in white spaces. So I'm used to it, number one. So there's no apprehension about it. In fact, I even, as part of a conversation, something that got printed in Essence talks about the fact that I'm very used to being in those spaces. And so, A, I'm always happy to represent. B, it's always good to be able to pull people in as well. So I can't say that I was surprised or daunted. Now, having said that, I was very pleased when you're in those spaces and you're walking by and going, okay, there's another one.
Folks,
and they keep popping up.
And they wave back,
yes.
Right? It's like the black people wave back at you.
Not everybody waves, but yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. And they keep popping up, too. So that's the other thing. You think like, okay, I've scoped out all the black folks. And then, here comes Wednesday. Wait a minute. Where did they come from?
We've
even
a few more today, yeah.
On Friday, I'm just seeing you.
Yeah.
Where you been on the
right.
Where have you been? Yes, it was a beautiful time.
So I'm asking everyone the same question. If you had a 7-day cruise, Star Trek cruise, and you had a 7-day convention, Star Trek convention, which one would you choose?
That's interesting.
Well, I'm thinking for me, I would go with the cruise because I'm thinking I'm getting the best of both worlds. So I'm getting a convention with the convention elements, the panels, the maybe workshops, sessions, and I get to travel to different places, which I absolutely love, and, you know, rep the whole Star Trek thing on the island, you know, kind of disturb the people who don't know.
Star Trek on
right?
the islands.
Yeah. People are giving you kind of the look like, we don't know. Are they safe? Is it okay? It's like, you should be in on this. You get to spread the Star Trek love. So I think it seems like everything is contained on the ship that you would have on a convention, and you get to do these other pieces. So that's what I would say.
Let me ask this question, though. Yeah. Have you been to conventions as well?
Have not.
Okay.
Well,
I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
So I've been to 1,000 conventions, but not a Star Trek convention.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
We want to qualify this.
This is
answer.
no.
Okay.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
There is that. There is that for sure. Because it sounds as though, given your emphatic nod, that you're like, "Oh, girl, if you just knew what was up with the convention, you might change your answer."
Conventions are fun.
Yeah.
Conventions are fun. I mean, there's nothing. I've been to Vegas. I go to Awesome Con. You know, we're going to Dragon Con. You name it, we're there. They're fun. But it is a little different being on a cruise, and I think it's the relaxation of the cruise.
Okay.
Now, for
That
me,
is, yeah.
the way, well, I mean, I haven't been to, cons like that. I've been to little snippets of things. But one of the things, it even goes back to your other question, is what was one of your favorite things. I think this creates an environment that is more intimate than you can probably get at a convention. And so you're interacting with the cast members in a different way, in a safe space, whereas they may not. Whereas, I think it creates an environment in which everybody can interact in a safe space and safe environment. You can just say, walk up to Wilson, walk up to Sonequa, walk up to whomever, have a conversation, and everybody's there and real. And I think that's worked out very well. And that's also been very nice for me, kind of as an entree into this world in this way.
I tell you, Anthony Rapp is looking at me like I'm crazy because every time I've seen him, I've gone like kind of fangirl on him. And he says to me the second time, he goes, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" I was like, "Yes, Anthony.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'll recover in a minute." I was like,
yes.
That's all right. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's concerned for me, though.
Oh, well.
Well,
Anthony, if you're listening,
as long as he's not
Anthony Rapp, I'm okay.
as long as he's not running away when he sees you,
That's
it's
a
all
good
right.
sign. That is a good sign, not running.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and joining us over here.
Absolutely.
We're going to set this up on the website, so you'll get to listen to it. And hey, have a great last day.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
we got a pack.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and so here we are again on Star Trek Cruise number 5. And why don't you tell me your name and where you're from?
So my name's Julio Rodriguez, and I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, okay. And so is this your first Star Trek cruise?
It is my first Star Trek cruise.
And how did you like it?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it was a great time.
So now I've seen you around the cruise, and you've had a couple of costumes. So which was your favorite night?
I like the Festival of the Moon, the Risa Festival party.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That was fun.
That was fun. Yeah, you guys look great.
Thanks.
So now, what made you pick the cruise?
So my wife and I are both huge Star Trek fans, and we've done conventions, and we actually tried to get on an earlier cruise, but they kept being sold out, and maybe because of the pandemic or not, but we were able to get in on this one early, and we love it. So we're going to try to come back next year.
Okay, so then here's the question: cruising or conventioning? Which one is your favorite now that you've done both?
Yeah, that's tricky because they both have advantages and disadvantages. Obviously with the cruise, you have to deal with being on a ship, which my wife's not crazy about, but she really does like Star Trek a lot. So she's willing to do that. And I like it because there's a closeness that you don't get at a convention.
Oh.
So I volunteer like a Dragon Con. So there's an advantage of being at a hotel and you can go out in and out to the street anytime you like, obviously. So that's kind of huge advantage there. But again, you don't get the opportunities to be with the celebrities at a convention that you get being on the ship.
Interesting.
And that's kind of a huge advantage, to get that closeness with the celebrities and just riding an elevator and just having a couple minutes to chit chat, just one-on-one. So that's kind of neat.
So did you get off at any of the ports?
We did not this time. Like I said, my wife couldn't walk too much, so she wasn't even able to like go to the terminal and just go close by. So it was like, walk a lot on the ship, or not walk as much on the ship and get off, and we opted just to stay on board.
But there was plenty to do.
Exactly. So, everything we wanted to do was on the ship, so we just stayed on.
So there was not a problem. Okay, so will you book next cruise?
Yes, we are.
Ooh, okay,
yeah,
got another happy. Okay, Royal Caribbean, if you're listening, and I know you are, you got some happy people on this ship.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, thank you. That was a great time. I swear, we had a little recorder, and we got all this on this little tape recorder that I had, and everyone that was kind enough to come up to the Ellington bar at 9:00 in the morning and do these recordings with us, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just to be clear, we're talking about you got to meet Sonequa Martin Green while you were on this cruise. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I'm just going to fangirl and make this very clear for those people who are listening that one sister did not get to meet Sonequa Martin Green. That's it. That's all. That's all I have to say.
That's all you got.
Please continue.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I will not go into details, but two of the sisters actually got to talk to her.
And I'm not going to say anything about what happened with that conversation, but I was in the bathroom. Okay, so then 3 sisters got to get their pictures taken with her.
It was really nice. It was really, we were all grinning. Grinning.
You realize there was a bathroom right there, right?
Just listen. I didn't know she was going to be right over there.
One of the most gracious people I've ever met in my life.
Yes. More than I could say for some people. Let me tell you, it's still burning. It's still burning. You know, Tamia, okay, just because I'm in this with you right now, I'll have to tell you, when these 2 crazies came out to find me in the bathroom to tell me that they had just seen Sonequa Martin Green, I didn't know what happened. I thought there was some major secret that was going on, that the ship was gonna, I don't know what was gonna. Sabrina, you gotta come in. You gotta come in. I was like, oh my god, what happened? Wait, we gotta tell you. They were so excited. And then so was another person, but we are not going to spill the tea on that one until he is on this show. But let's go on to the picture of 3 of the 4 SyFy sisters with one certain Discovery star.
Continue, Sabrina.
No, Yvette.
Well, so we get there, and we're in awe of her, of course. We're next. We have our SyFy Sistas shirts on. Thank you, Fran, for letting us take up the picture with you. No problem. She just comes. She goes, "Come, ladies, come to me." And she takes me, and she's holding me, and I'm holding her. And she has a mask on, which is great. I'm okay with that. Yeah. And Fran goes on one side. Sabrina's with me. Oh. And she's just like, I just love this. And
she hugs us.
I mean, she's squeezing us. Yeah, we're being squeezed by SMG.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
oh my goodness,
it was crazy. She wanted to know about the T-shirts. What is this? What is this?
What is this? She looked at the T-shirt. What is this? So of course I handed her a card. Yeah,
there you go. That's my girl. That's my girl.
But she was very, very, as Fran said, very gracious, and it was nice. She knows her, like we said before, she knows her role. Mm-hmm. She knows what she means to us. So.
And we told her how we started, that the reason why we exist is because of her. And she just went, oh. And I was like, oh my God, Sonequa. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry just remembering it, Sonequa. We love you. But
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sabrina,
yes.
are you going to tell about after we took the picture with Saniqua? What happened?
Oh, well, yes, because
Blonde lady.
we have someone that recognized us and was very nice to talk to us and say that she liked our podcast, and we really appreciated that. And so that's why I'm going to go to another clip.
All right, here we are again on Star Trek Cruise number 5, and please state your name and where you're from.
Sure. My name is Marjorie Munoz. I go by Sailor Marge, and originally hailing from New York.
Okay, now is this your first cruise?
This is actually my 4th cruise.
Oh!
Yes.
So which one did you miss?
So I missed the very first one.
Okay.
So very, very excited that it was even around, and when I first heard about it, it was already sold out.
Right.
I actually heard about it at Missions, New York, and they were like, the cruise, but it's sold out. I'm like, then why are you here? It's horrible.
Get upping you up for the next one.
Yeah, right.
I got on the first one.
I'm jealous.
I know, but that's the last one I've been on. So now between the two of us, we've done all of them.
Okay, good. There you go.
So why did you book a cruise instead of a regular cruise? Why would you book a Star Trek cruise?
Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, I get really seasick, so I would never be on a cruise otherwise. But there was a chance to be on a boat with a bunch of Star Trek actors and a bunch of Star Trek fans, and I was like, okay, I'll do whatever I have to get over that seasickness, because I would never cruise, ever.
Okay.
Not even a Disney cruise or anything like that, but Star Trek, it's worth it.
So what do you do to get over the seasickness?
So, I tried Dramamine first. Well, I tried actually several different things. I tried the little, the pressure points on your wrist.
Yes, I see a lot of people with those on board.
I sweat a lot, so I'm not about the patches. I know it would just fall off. But I tried the Dramamine, and that knocked me out like Benadryl. But then I found less drowsy Dramamine, and I can do that.
Okay.
If it's real, like, this water is pretty rough this year. Normally it's not this, like, rocky. But I can do the less drowsy Dramamine twice a day, and I'm good.
Okay, all right. So hear that, everybody that's afraid of the cruise because of seasickness. We're here to tell you it's okay. You know, get some pharmaceuticals, you'll be all right.
Lots of options.
So what has been your favorite thing of this Star Trek number 5?
Let's see. I really have to say that I'm very excited to see a bigger rainbow of people. There are many more people of color here, and I am like, I saw you guys, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you're here. I saw they added on Sirach Lofton. I was like almost in tears because I followed the 7th rule and everything
Tim
like
Russ
that.
here.
Well, because Tim Russ was here last year.
Okay.
But I'm like, yes, please bring more stars. Let's, you know, Roxanne Dawson was on last year, so there was a little Latina there.
And we have Anthony Montgomery here.
And I was like, what? And this poor man, he was telling the story about how everybody was like, oh, so what's the deal with the cat? And he's like, I'm not on Discovery. Because they thought he was booked. Yeah, I was like, okay, this is why we need to bring more people on the cruise.
So they can start to tell us apart.
Yes.
Stop it, y'all. You know, get the playing cards ready and see which one of us is on the cruise.
But that, seeing that there are more people like attending the cruise that's very nice for
Well,
to
from
see.
what I have observed of you on this cruise, I would have thought that you would have said the costume contest because you had the best costumes consistently on this cruise. I'm here to tell you, this woman had it going on. So I'm gonna post pictures. So we will. But who won last night?
So Francis won last night.
Oh,
so that was okay because he is also a longtime cruiser.
Yes,
and this actually might be his. We're hearing this might be his last cruise because he's not sure if he's going to get the funds. I'm pretty sure we'll get together and get the funds for him. But I was like, okay, at least Francis won.
Right. I met Francis on that first cruise.
See,
I have not seen him I saw him again in Vegas for the first time, like in 5 years.
Wow.
And then we saw each other again here. So every time we see each other, we're like, oh, we have these big hugs.
Exactly.
You know, for people you met 5 years ago on a cruise, never happens unless it's Star Trek. So now the question that I'm asking everyone is, and I think I already know the answer, I don't even know why I'm asking you. If you had to go on a 7-day cruise, Star Trek cruise, or a 7-day Star Trek convention, which one would you pick?
Oh, absolutely the cruise. Yeah.
This is starting to sound like a real setup question here.
Well, there's also like a very different like ambiance to the Star Trek cruise. It's almost, and I don't know, I have some words for ECP about the cruisers this year because I have seen some debauchery I'm like, okay, I'm not okay with that.
Oh,
but,
yes, I have too.
You know what I'm saying? So, but normally, like, it's almost as if, like, because we know we're in this confined space and we can't just, like, go back to the hotel and we're not far away from the stars, there is a bit more respect and a bit more decorum when it comes to how you treat people. This year it's a little different. I think the floodgates are opening for other things like, you know, all types
debauchery.
Of... Exactly.
Let's call it what it is.
Yes, exactly.
No, no, it wasn't really debauchery. It was...
Well, the Enterprise panel was crazy. Did you hear about that?
Well, I was there.
You were there? I was
there.
I was like, how are these people allowed to ask these questions? Like, and I told ECP
listen, I think someone's going to get talked to about that because the other panels were so great. So, I mean, my favorite panel, I don't know. I can't even say what my favorite panel was. But there was so many things. There was so many different versions. It was improv things. There were games. There was just so much stuff that you could just do whatever, and something was going to be your favorite.
Yeah.
But anyway, so are you going to be on next cruise?
Oh, we already signed up.
You already signed up? Okay.
We already have our next room.
We'll see you on the next cruise in L.A.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
All right. Here we are on Star Trek Cruise number 5, and please state your name and where you're from.
My name is Leetta Jackson, and I live in Roanoke, Virginia, but I'm from D.C.
Oh, all right, girl. All right. I live in Bethesda.
Southeast in the house.
Hey. So, is this your first cruise?
This is my first Star Trek cruise.
Okay. And what made you book a Star Trek cruise?
It's a Star Trek cruise.
Yeah,
to be able to see, to actually, the panels, to hear from the actors about their experiences. I think that was the main thing.
So we're on a cruise. So did you get off at any of the ports? Were any of the ports
I wasn't going to, but I had not been to any of them before, and so we did get off and tried to sign up for some of the ones where you might be moving around a little bit because we want to eat, so we know we need to move. But so yes, we did get off at some of the ports.
Okay.
At all the ports.
So what has been your favorite thing on this cruise of all the panels and the games and everything that they have for us on the cruise?
Oh my God, Anthony Montgomery is off the hook. He is funny.
He is.
And so I suppose I should say the trivia night. Where...
Yes, I would say the trivia was my favorite moment on this cruise because this woman had I have a question. I have an objection.
An objection.
A challenge.
Yes, and there's a difference between passionate and pissed off.
Yes,
and I was not pissed off.
No, as they tried to accuse you of being. But
I left Mad Black Woman at home. Okay, I did not bring her on the cruise with me.
Black woman's always with you, okay?
But Mad
Black Woman is always in a box, a little in case we got to pull it out. But we did not. We did not have to pull it out on the Star Trek cruise. I have been having a great time.
Oh,
what was your? So you said the trivia was your favorite. You did get off.
It was funny. Yes, got off at the ports. Beautiful. Just the fact of being in February and March and not having to wear a jacket is just a blessing. And the weather has been a blessing.
Weather has been perfect.
And the Facebook group had said how nice people were and how I am not an introvert, but if you are an introvert, you don't have to worry about coming on this trip by yourself because you're here with 3,000 other people with whom you have something in common. And that has been the case, that people have been, for the most part, so nice. The amount of effort that people obviously put into costumes, if they want to, that is fabulous to see if they want to, and there doesn't seem to be any pressure. If you do, fine. If you don't, fine. And then, of course, all of the amenities from a cruise ship. So the steam room is heaven.
It's been really fun. Just absolutely a lot of fun.
It's been good.
So now I'm asking everyone this question. if you wanted to go on a cruise or if you had to do a convention, which one would you prefer to do? Both of them are Star Trek, and as Sue said, just to make it even, both of them are 7 days.
Oh, well, I mean, that does change it. If they're both going to be 7 days, then I'd rather do a cruise. But if it was a choice between a shorter convention and a cruise, I should probably do the shorter convention.
For money purposes, or was it that's
no,
just
work,
time?
Time commitments.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but
if they're even and even, then what Royal Caribbean has to offer someone else to do my dishes and make up my bed and
little gifts every night.
Oh, the swag has been very fun. The swag has been fun. The game room, I just looked in it. I didn't use it, but the fact that it's there, what they did with the artwork at Schooners with the captains,
it's
the
captain's
fabulous.
retreat.
Oh my goodness, that would be so much fun.
We took pictures of it.
Yeah, I took some pictures of that. There's like I said, I've been in the steam room. I was in the gym this morning. The last Royal Caribbean cruise I did go in the hot tub for a bit. I meant to do the slide, but I didn't have time. and you don't have time. And I was afraid there was going to be way too much. And I think they've gotten, it wasn't way too much to do. There wasn't a lot of overlap, but there was enough for people to, because one venue can't hold everybody.
Right.
So,
and they had some little breaks in there, so you could kind of relax and then
at least go change your clothes for the costume.
Right.
So
thank you so much for stopping in. We are glad you're having such a good time.
Oh my
I hope to see you on the next cruise.
I'm planning.
Come on, DS9 30th.
That's why I want to go on the next one.
That's right.
Even though that's because of DS9, show them some love. This was show Enterprise some love.
All right.
And so thank you.
Thank you. Hi, here we are on Star Trek The Cruise number 5, and we have another happy cruiser. Please state your name and where you're from.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Richmond. I am from the Bronx, New York.
The Bronx.
Indeed.
Okay, and is this your first Star Trek cruise?
This is actually my second.
All right.
Yeah. I heard about the first one through some friends at actually a regular Convo convention. And they asked me, "Hey, Mark, are you going on the Star Trek cruise?" And I'm like, "Star Trek cruise? I didn't know anything about it." Because my plan that year was to go to the big convention in Las Vegas that everybody always goes to. But they said, well, a mutual friend of ours, Homer, he had already booked the cruise for him and his wife, but something happened. His wife had a work obligation that she could not get out of. So he was looking for a roommate. So I thought about it for 4 or 5 days and said, you know what? Let's do it. And that was the last cruise. That was in 2020. And I really wanted to go on the next one. I didn't have the money right there on the spot to rebook. But the minute everything got pushed back a year, I says, I'm on it.
Yeah, and here you are.
Here I am.
All right. And so what has been your favorite thing on this Star Trek cruise? Number 5, your second cruise.
Well, I must say, okay, I'm going to break it down into 2 parts.
All right.
As far as the stars-wise and the celebrities, it was a pleasure, an absolute joy to meet and have a conversation with Sonequa Martin Green. And it just happened by happenstance. I just happened to be in a place where she was coming to for an interview on her own. And when she was done with her interview, she stopped and talked to me and a few friends for a few minutes. And that was an absolute joy.
So what was your favorite part of this Star Trek cruise?
Well, I'm going to actually break that down into 2 parts. As far as the celebrity side and meeting different stars, that's been a great experience. Like I've met more on this cruise than I did in the last cruise. And the highlight of that part being that I actually got to meet and have a conversation with Sonequa Martin Green.
Mm.
And that happened just accidentally, being in the right place at the right time. I happened to be sitting up on one of the higher decks talking to right where we are now. Actually,
Right,
doing this
the
interview.
Ellington. Okay, if you're ever on the Mariner of the Seas, the Ellington
The
is
place
the
to
club.
be.
Place to be.
She happened to be coming up here for an interview on her own. But when she was done with her interview, she was nice enough to stop and talk to me and my friends for a few minutes. And that was an amazing experience.
I believe your exact words were...
Well, I'll tell you what how my friends described it. They said I was with the prophets.
I heard you said that you could just get off the ship right now. You were done.
I did say that. I did. And funny enough, when I left the room afterwards and I went down to my deck, I happened to run into her security person, and he stopped me and he said, "You know, she heard what you said, right?" I said, "What?" He said that when you said I can get off right now, she was still waiting at the elevator and she heard you. And he said that she was moved when she heard that.
Oh, I love Saniqua. I love her. All right, so that's my favorite part of your story about Saniqua. It's about my favorite thing on this trip.
The second part of that, though, is that I have so many friends aboard the ship, many of which, for some reason or another, we didn't even know each other were coming. So on that first day, when everyone's up on the deck 11, when they get ready to meet, introduce all the cast, and I start running into people left and right. I'm like, "What? I didn't know you were coming. Why didn't I know you was coming?" Like it was the best moment. I said, "This is good, and this is what it should be." I mean, yeah, it's great to meet the stars and stuff, but being at an event like this with people who are into it just as much as you, I think that's the best part of it all.
All right, yeah, that has been really, really fun. But I think another thing that I think you found fun is maybe getting into costume, because you were rocking a few.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the things I do in general. I mean, I really don't need much of an excuse to put a costume on. Just tell me the event and the time. That's really what, yeah. I was kind of upset. I thought I packed too many. But I said, well, wait a minute. I could have packed a couple more, actually, now that I think about it.
You know what? There's never too many costumes on a Star Trek cruise.
Yeah, I won't think twice next time. Like, just go into that section of the closet. Okay, everything out. Into the bag. Packed.
They'll have some place where you can wear it.
Yeah.
All right, so now the question I'm asking everyone, if you had a 7-day Star Trek cruise or a 7-day Star Trek convention, which one would you pick?
Wow. Well, that's a very tough question, but I would honestly probably choose the cruise, because a 7-day cruise, you're going to get nearly all the aspects of the convention, minus maybe like the dealer room, but you're going to see different locations in that 7 days. 7-day convention, you're going to be in the same spot, the same places the entire time. So
yes.
I think you get a little bit more bang for your buck on the cruise.
Yeah, I think the conventions are a little more. I love conventions. I mean, I've been to Vegas and I love them, and I think they're compressed and compact, and they're like, there's a lot of back-to-back running around, and,
right.
You know, and then really anything at night. Well, no, that's not true. There's a lot of stuff at night. But I think it's kind of like spread out on the cruise, so you have a little breathing room and you can kind of relax.
And the fun thing about the cruise is that all your friends that are there with you, they're not that far away. So if you guys want to hang out till 2 or 3 in the morning, nobody has that far to travel to get to their room or anything. Because when it comes to conventions, sometimes you don't always wind up in the same hotel as your friends. When you may be here, they may be across town or something. Because those convention hotels, they fill up quick.
That's true.
And not everybody gets in on that. So
that's true. Right, that is a point. That's the point. Yes, because at 3 a.m., walk back to your room is not so. That's
yeah.
Not too tough.
Rather than it's 3 a.m., I got to get a cab back to my hotel.
True. All right. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Sabrina, it's been a pleasure.
Are you going to be on the next cruise?
I already signed up. Did you? Is my question.
For
those listening, we'll be taking her downstairs to sign up at the conclusion of this interview.
And with that, we are signing out.
Thanks for that clip. Can't wait to see you on the next cruise. So, what else happened?
Every night when we got in our room, there was a gift. There was some kind of swag.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
yes.
so cool.
Mm-hmm.
First night was the hats.
Hat. Uh-huh.
Then we got
I
T-shirts.
can't do it in order.
The towel.
Towels.
Yeah.
The socks.
The socks. That's right. I was wearing those
socks.
the other night.
Socks.
It was
The
just
tote
great.
bag.
The duffel bag.
The duffel bag.
That was the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So every night we were like, you kind of had this whole big full day. You know, you get your mission log thing, and you're running all around the ship, doing all kinds of cool stuff, and then you're like exhausted, gonna run back to your room to either get in a costume or something and go to dinner, and then you're like, we got gifts. Wait. You know, head on down to the room.
Okay, let me tell you about the last night. I was in the room, right? And she knocked on the door. I'm like, oh, maybe we're getting, a mug or something to drink out of. And she knocked on the door and I opened the door. And I looked and I'm like, what? No gift? And she said, yeah, she has me the bills. Bills. I said, okay.
For you.
Thank you, Marie. That was her name. Her name was Marie. Thank you, Marie. And that was it. When my sister and my niece came in, they said, where's the gift? I said, on your bed. Look at that bill there. There it is.
Which wasn't bad, I have to admit.
No.
It wasn't bad at all.
It was absolutely the last night. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely.
And they were
not
all
bad.
color. It was all color coordinated and everything. All the gifts were.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun. They did a great job. And then our guy, Roland, I mean, I love it when they make little animals out of the towels. That is one of my favorite things when I travel. And there was a different little animal every night. I was saving them on the couch. That little zoo on the couch.
We only got one. And I got that one on my bed. And she was holding it was a little elephant.
The elephant.
And she was holding my glasses. She was like an eyeglass holder. It was so cute.
It really was.
I did take a picture.
So tell us about some of the activities, like you guys mentioned, like a Hollywood Squares type of thing. What was that about?
I missed that one.
I did too. But I heard it was
that
really
one I went
something.
to.
But we did go to Family Feud.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That was
Who
good.
was playing?
It was Ciroc Lofton's team and his three crew, passengers against Emily Coates' team from Discovery. And
Nice.
So here we go. We're doing this whole thing. Everything's going great. It's a game. I mean, they are like winning and winning. We're like, all right, Ciroc. All right, Emily. All right, Ciroc. Comes down to the tie-breaking question, and the question is, who came from the mirror universe over to the prime universe? That's the question. Name your people. 7 names. Ciroc, they decide to play. All right, Ciroc. They're naming folks. Going. Yeah. And then they got 2 X's, 1 left. And we're sitting there looking at Ciroc going, Jennifer!
Your mama!
And Ciroc knew it, but he says the crew person said some other name. I don't know what she said. She said
no. Monique said Jennifer, and he agreed. He agreed, but then the other people said no, it's going to be this person, and he went with the majority of the people. Yeah. And of course, we saw him afterwards and didn't let him.
Oh my
live
God!
It down.
Emily looks over at him, and she doesn't know. I mean, the Discovery people are so great, but they don't know their Trek like we know. And Emily looks over when she realizes Jennifer Sisko. She just goes, "You forgot your mother?"
She goes, "Wait, it's your mother? That is the best." He was done.
Ciroc
I don't
so
believe you.
down. But Ciroc made up big time the next night in the other games where they had a name.
That was that the last night?
The last night when they were playing.
Night, yeah.
Ciroc was tearing it up. I tell you, he won that game for them. He was really good.
What was it? Name what?
They had to, you had to face, I would be facing this background behind me, and then the name would come up behind me, and you would have to imitate that person.
They would have
until
to
I guess the name.
Until
I guess the name.
what that was.
I can't see the name. Right. Yeah. And then once I guess it, I take your place, and then you come up there, and then we got to do it again. And then whoever got the most right, It was
Yeah,
hilarious
he killed
watching
it.
the imitations. But Jane Brooke was funny, but Ciroc was getting him like that. He was really good. He's really good at that. So he won that hands down.
He made up for that one.
We forgave him for Family Feud.
Okay, on Hollywood Squares, they asked Ian, the guy that plays Elnor, where did voodoo come from? What country did voodoo come from? He said Florida.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's cute.
Florida. Wow.
Bless his
Well,
heart.
he's from Australia. He doesn't know.
Yeah,
But Florida's not a country anyway.
He said Florida.
He's from Australia.
What does that got to do with it? They don't know geography. They teach
don't know
geography.
He doesn't know voodoo. Yeah. But let me tell you, when he came out at the launch party wearing the Wu-Tang.
Oh my God, the guy had on a Wu-Tang t-shirt.
After I had been yelling out Wu-Tang the whole time because the DJ was trash.
We were like, Elnor is our guy. He looked like he was having a blast on that.
Yeah, he did. And he DJ'd. They had a thing where he DJ'd. He tore it up. He did.
Oh, wow.
I had a good time. My old ass was up in there. I had a ball.
He was good.
I had a ball.
Okay, these are two clips. We got a dual clip from our friends at Women at Warp, who were partners in crime on this cruise. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Sue. We had so much fun hanging out with you.
I miss Sarah's hat.
Oh, man. Sarah is like Miss Glam. Okay.
Yeah, I love her. Love her style.
Love her to death.
Totally. And Sue, you could be wingman anytime you want. We were like podcasting on at sea. Yeah, we were.
My trivia buddy.
Oh, for real. That was fun. So anyway, here's a clip.
All right, and here we are again on Star Trek The Cruise number 5, and I have another happy guest. Please state your name and the medical emergency. State your name and where are you from?
I'm Sue from Brooklyn, New York, also on Women at Warp.
Yay!
Yay!
Podcast sisters! So, is this your first cruise, Sue?
It is my second cruise and my second Star Trek cruise.
Okay. And why did you rebook? What's your favorite thing about the cruises?
The cruise is unlike any other convention experience. It is... My favorite thing about it is that the actors aren't just doing Star Trek things. There are so many other opportunities, like Mary Chieffo teaching improv and John Delancey's The Lost World staging. And there are so many different things where you can see what else they do and what else they're interested in. But also on the cruise, they don't. There's your traditional Star Trek programming and your panels, but even then, they don't take it as seriously. It's not as big a heavy thing as it sometimes is at other conventions. So the actors even have a lot more fun with it, which lets the fans have a lot more fun with it.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is too, you see them around the ship they're just all over the place. It's so much fun seeing them at the pool and everything. So what has been your favorite panel on this particular cruise?
What has been my favorite thing on this particular cruise? It might be the live D&D session that Anthony Rapp hosted.
Okay.
With some of his disco crewmates. It was just so much fun. And Wilson Cruz was playing D&D for the first time. Couldn't even tell the dice apart. It was hilarious.
So are you a D&D fan now?
I don't play as much D&D. I play Star Trek Adventures usually. Okay. But I'm definitely going to start watching Disco Does D&D more frequently for their acting and their storytelling. Emily Coots and her voice acting. I was not prepared for how incredible she is.
Oh yeah, I saw the D&D in Vegas and I was just like, oh my God, these people are really doing it. So it sounds like you're one of the people I'm going to ask the question: cruising or conventioning? Which one would be your preference?
Oh. So I think my preference, in a vacuum, is going to be cruising. But you gotta take all things considered, right? There are pros and cons. The cruise is expensive. It's also a week long, right? So not everybody can do it. There are lots of factors at play. But if I had a choice of a week long STLV and the week long cruise, I'm picking the cruise.
Okay, all right. Making apples and apples. You're picking the cruise.
Yeah.
Royal Caribbean is going to be real happy with this.
Listen, I'll take discounts. I'll take room credits. It's all good.
All right, and there you have it. Two from our favorite other podcast, Women at Warp. Thank you so much for joining us here. Okay, here we are again on Star Trek Cruise number 5, and I have another happy passenger. Please state your name and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Sarah Goldie. I am from Portland, Oregon, and I am part of the podcast Women at Warp.
All right, yes, another podcast sister. Yay. I love it. We knew this was going to happen. We got this all planned. All right, so the question is this your first cruise?
It is my third cruise, but first Trek cruise.
Oh, okay. And so what made you book a Trek cruise?
I had the money. No, I sold my house and bought a condo, like, just before the pandemic started. And then this was back when we thought the pandemic was going to be like 2 or 3 weeks,
right.
You know? So I'm like, okay, I have all this cash left over. Why don't I just sign up for the Trek cruise? Because I see all my friends going on it and they're having such a great time. I'm just going to do it. And then 2 years later, here we finally are.
Finally. So now you're on the cruise, and if you don't know, people, there's a big discount if you re-up while you're on board. So here's the question, Sarah. Did you re-up for the next cruise?
Oh, yes. Actually, my roommate re-upped before we even got on board, so I just attached myself to her reservation while we were here. I just did it yesterday, went down and got my buzzer and waited for my turn. And
okay, all right. So what is it about the Star Trek cruise that makes it such a big thing to do and you wanted to spend this extra money?
It's really the best of both worlds. You see what I did there?
I saw what you did there.
So you have all the great stuff about being on a cruise. Like, they take such good care of you. It's all you can eat 24/7. Like, I've really been looking forward to all you can eat 24/7. But then you get, like, the very best of a Star Trek convention also. You see all these friends. Some of them you knew already from other conventions. Some of them you maybe only knew from online. Some of them are new friends. You have all these cast members on board who are super relaxed and they're just having a great time. And you have programming that's really oriented towards fun.
Right.
So I feel like it's just all the best of everything.
Right. Even the science is fun.
Yeah. Everything is fun.
Anything is fun when it's Dr. Noor and Dr. Aaron McDonald. Hi, Muhammad. So here is the big question. If it's cruising or conventioning, because you've done both, which would you prefer?
Cruise.
Wow, this
Hands
is like
down.
4 for 4. And it's just a little different, but cruising,
it's more relaxed. I had friends telling me this beforehand. It's way more relaxed than being at a convention. At the convention, I feel like it's go, 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 morning to night. And here it is. Like, I'm so exhausted I might literally die. But a lot of my time has been taken up by, like, sitting by the pool, relaxing, doing things for me. It's been really nice. It's been, like, I don't feel like I need to take a vacation when I get home from this vacation.
Right. So now, what was your favorite thing on Star Trek The Cruise number 5?
I got to ask George Takei the last question in his panel Saturday night, the late one. George, he's so much more than a Star Trek actor. He's a civil rights activist, both for the LGBT community and the Japanese American community. And I'm Japanese American, so we had some nice back and forth about different institutions in Portland where I live, and LA where he lives. Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm so glad you got to do that.
And then, this is the best part.
Okay.
So at the end I told him my mom is a big fan of you. Because my mom, she knows Star Trek, but she's not a Trekkie, but she's a big fan of George Takei.
Okay.
And he says in a very George voice, "Your mother, who gave birth to you, is a woman of impeccable taste." And I cannot wait to get home and tell her he said that.
Oh my God. Okay, well, Sarah's mom, hi. George Takei says hi. Thank you so much for coming over and telling us how much you love the cruise. So, yes, I'm having a great time, too. Thank you, Sarah.
And I'm so glad that we got to meet in person and get to know each other.
Yes, we are those
That's
people
been
that know each other from online only. So now we've been face-to-face. We've been at the pool. We've been at the panels. This has been great.
We were at the Enterprise panel together. I think that's bonded us forever.
That was a moment. I don't know,
Thanks so much
Enterprise.
for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Sue and Sarah. Love you guys. Can't wait till the next cruise. Okay, so what was your question to Mia?
Okay, so you went around and asked all these people these questions, and my question to you is, would you do the cruise again?
That's hilarious. Because there was a running debate on whether Sabrina was going to re-up on the cruise. Yvette and Mark, again, actually, they walked me up. I would say perp walked me, actually. Perp walked me up to the excursion desks and made me sign up for this cruise. Mark was right in my back. All right, you're going to do this. You're going to do this right now. It was like the last day. It was like, if I didn't sign up that day, I wasn't going to get the discount. I was like, all right, already.
It was like hours. Like, you're going to miss it.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad I did. I don't, there was no particular reason that I was hesitant to sign up for the cruise. Well, you'll know. Yes, there is. This is tax season. Usually, this is a very hard time for me to go on a cruise.
Here's what I'm claiming. I'm claiming that this thing called retirement that you're supposed to be in right now, which I've never seen anybody work so hard in retirement in my life.
You know, because I keep going on these daggone cruises. I got to go back.
Because you just keep working. You're just a workaholic. But that's cool. That's okay. I'm going to predict it. But next year, by this time, by cruise time, you're actually going to be retired enough.
Whew. Please, from your lips to God's ears.
Well, we better claim it. We better claim it, baby.
I'm claiming that. Yeah, I should be past. I think I'm going to be past the time of getting my full Social Security, and I'll be out of this place. So
well, what about I know that Fran, I know you're already re-upped because I'm on there with you because I am claiming that I will be on this cruise next year. Okay. And Yvette, you're re-upped as well, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, you know, we will have all
the four of us should be there.
SyFy Sistas on the cruise together. Whoop, whoop, for Deep Space Nine, which is only appropriate.
Yep.
Oh man, in LA.
In LA. I can't wait.
I can't wait for that either.
And I waited till because I thought I was going to ask my niece to go, the one that went this time. And her she has this big birthday coming up, and she has something else planned. So she can't go. She couldn't go, and I'm like, oh gosh, I really want to go because I had such good time. You know, I really want to go. And so, you know, I texted a sister, and sister said, "Yeah, you okay? Oh, whatever." I said, "Okay, we got it, girl." So that's it. I'll be on the plane for like 5 freaking hours. I'm not the best plane flyer. I'm not the best plane person. But, you know, I'll take double meds.
It's going to be all right, friend. It's going to be all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, a lot of people wearing the bands, you know, because they weren't really the greatest cruise people. So a lot of people have trouble either flying or cruising, but the accommodation to get on the Star Trek cruise with Royal Caribbean. We really loved it. We had the best time. Thank everybody on that cruise. And what is it? Entertainment Cruises? Is that the name of the company that runs it?
Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah. They also did a great job. Let me tell you, yes, they did.
ECP.
Yes, I actually had to say something to a couple of the guys because, first of all, one of them was the most gorgeous man I ever saw in my life. Second of all, because they were breaking things down and putting things up and running around and getting everything organized. I mean, they worked all day long on that cruise, and things went off without a snag. And
sure did.
There were a lot of venues and a lot of AV equipment and stuff, and it was just fantastic. They really were incredible. So thank you, guys. Great cruise.
Great cruise.
Before we go, I mean, we've talked about a lot of stuff, but I think the one thing we should not forget is that the fact that we were graced with Kenneth Mitchell.
Yes.
So My favorite part of the cruise, other than just being with everyone, our friends and everything, was the rave party.
Wow.
The rave party took away my voice, took away my hearing, and it was the best thing I have ever done, probably in the last 10 years. The fact that we were honoring Kenneth was the best part of it. The fact that I watched stars from his show, TNG, Picard, DS9, dance on the stage with him. I mean, dance like they were just having the best time ever. And they were celebrating their friend, who has the greatest sense of humor, a great soul, someone who is going through probably hell right now, and is just trying to enjoy life the best that he can. So, I don't want that to go unnoticed, because that was the best. I think that was the best night I had on the cruise, and we had a lot of good nights.
Yeah.
But that damn night, we were all partying together. I mean,
me
and Sabrina, with Kenneth, and we all had a great time. And I watched Bob Picardo. I swear, I have.
That's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
But he wasn't funny that night.
No, he was dancing.
He was dancing. I mean, you could tell he was enjoying his dance. He was out there. He wasn't trying to be funny. He was having a great time.
Just being himself.
Yeah, it was great
Connor,
to watch.
Anthony, they were all on.
And the fact that,
stage.
one of the best parts was Sonequa never left his side.
No.
And neither did his brothers, but she made sure that she was there the whole
time,
night,
the whole time, 3 hours or whatever it was.
Whole 3 hours, she was there. And most of his castmates were there too. I mean, Wilson definitely won that. He won that dance off.
Hands freaking down.
He slayed that thing. And also he decided to come off the stage and come stand with me and Sabrina.
That was my other guess.
I just want to put that nugget in there also.
Wilson was standing right next to me. He said,
okay. Yes.
Oh, it's so hot. I was like,
yes. And Sabrina was in the mirror uniform. She was like,
mirror.
You have got to be hot. He gave her the sign.
He looked at me, I'm in mirror with armor and all this stuff. He's like, oh my God.
You gotta be hot.
I was melting. I swear to God, it was so hot. But we didn't care.
Yeah.
We had our rave lights, and Ken, they built a ramp for Ken to come down from the stage and come down into like the mosh pit, I guess. And everybody was dancing all around him with the lights. And I mean,
they did the time warp thing where some people went one way and some people went the other way, and he was in the middle. It was just awesome.
That sounds really, really cool.
So great. It was so good. I'm getting ready to cry again. I'm like, oh my God.
How many stars awesome. and because I can't think who said it. I think it was Mary Chifo that said how many people get a chance to actually be with their fans, be with their fans and party and dance with their fans. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And the fans really supported him. The fans and his cast and his peers,
his entourage,
his castmates. He spoke on how they have been supporting him through all of this, and he even shouted out Michelle Yeoh, helping him out with doctors and
the stem cells,
treatments, stem cells. So that's a close. Everybody talks about how close TNG cast is, and we all know they are. But this Discovery cast, they are definitely there for each other. And I think that's why I love them as a cast. I love what they embody, and I think they get it, and it's all due to their leader, who is
that's what
Martin Green.
They always give her so much credit for them being like they are.
Well, that is I want to go on the cruise tomorrow. So,
Hey, you would. I would be right behind you.
Me too.
Drop all
Have
of
one.
this.
Have a cruise every 6 weeks. Okay.
Wouldn't be a problem. We get enough Star Trek franchises, we could do it.
Right.
We could, couldn't we?
So, if you were on the cruise and have favorite memories that you want to share with us, or even if you weren't on the cruise and have things to say about this show, how can people reach us?
You can find us at SyFySistas.com. That's SyFySistas.com. Join us on the mothership. That's MUTHASHIP. And the SyFy Sistas Book Club, both on Facebook. Download the Trek Geeks Network app, where you can find us and our family of podcasts on the Trek Geeks Network. On Instagram, syfy.sistas. And we are also on the Twitter at SyFy Sistas. After listening to this podcast, please rate us and write a review. We may just read it on an upcoming episode.
So thanks, everybody. Thank you, sisters, for making a sister feel like she was on the cruise with you. It was super cool to hear the stories. Thank you, everybody, for listening and choosing to share some of your time with us. And we want to give a shout out to the baddest engineer in all the universes, any galaxy, and on the high seas is Dose the Anonymous One. Dose. He's responsible for all the music you hear on our show. And if you are in need of fantastic production services, he is your man. You can find him at Dose_the_Anonymous_1 on Instagram. That's DOS_THEANONYMOUS_1 on Instagram. Thanks, everybody. We love you so much for listening. Thank you for choosing to spend some of your time with us, and we will see you next time. Peace out. Peace,
Later.
love, and hair grease.